I've determined I'd like to put this bridge right here. And this end is already fixed. And I've glued down just the end of this piece, so I'm still free to move it around and put it wherever I want it. But I need bridge supports. I don't know if you can see these or not. And I did go ahead and determine the height they have to be in order to work, so the track meets up perfectly with it. It's a little bit low on the bridge side, but by the time I get the plaster cloth on here, it'll probably be perfect. I might even have to shim the bridge up a little bit. Okay, so that aside, I've got these two bridge supports, and I want to space them in equally. The bridge is pretty uniform on the bottom. I want to space them in equally, and I want to get them in the middle of the space. So, little trick. Since I don't like to measure, I cut a piece of paper that was exactly the width of this. Pretty easy to do. Then I simply folded it in half, and there's the center. So I could hold that over there, and I could mark where the center line goes on that end. And then I did the same on this end, and I struck a line across. So I know where the middle is, the center line of the supports, where that is. Well, now I have these to contend with. So I wanted to find the middle of these. So I cut another piece of paper, same length as they are, folded it in half, marked it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I put a little mark there. Okay, so far so good. I haven't had to measure anything. However, I want to get the spacing correct that way. So guess what? Just put a spacer in here, line that up on the line, put a spacer over here, line it up on the line, and boom. You got two supports. Never had to measure a thing. And you're less likely to make mistakes when you do it that way. Just a little trick. Doing a little test. There's a pin in the track up there, and I can't go past that, but I thought I'd bring it down this far, make sure it negotiates that curve over there against the back, and comes around the curve okay. Well, I'd say that works pretty good. Okay, well, moving right along. You can't get past that point because a turnout, because there's no power on the other side. But so far, everything works okay. I think I'll park it up behind here just to keep it out of the way so that nothing happens to it. I think I'll set the camera back over here. I think you'll be able to see what's going on a little bit better from here than you can from over there. Oops, that's not what I want. So this is laid, you could see that. Across the bridge, we've got a slope down on this leg. That slopes down to table level. and into the storage yard, marshalling yard, sorting yard, whatever name we want to use for it today. But the task is now for me to finish up that yard and then connect this track to the other one, and I'll have a circuit. And I'm really looking forward to having circuits, so I got to get to work. See you in a little bit. I had a birthday last week, so I saved a little cake and balloon for you. In theory, this is the last connection on the steam line. And I just thought I'd pass along this one tip. I'm holding the track with a pair of long-nosed, needle-nose pliers. One thing I've learned is if you don't keep a firm grip on this track, this N-scale track, as you're cutting it, it'll twist, and you can wind up unzipping an entire rail, which is, believe me, is unpleasant. So, if you hold it with the needle nose right where you want to cut it, it doesn't twist. Hopefully that's going to meet up. Not too bad. I'll clean up that cut, put the splice plates on it. You heard me refer to the little splice plate as a fish plate. They're called fish plates, splice bars, joint bars, track joiners, many other names. On real railroads, however, or railways, if you will, a fish plate, splice bar or joint bar is a metal bar that is bolted to the ends of both rails to join them together in a track. The name is derived from fish, a wooden bar with a curved profile used to strengthen a ship's mast. The top and bottom edges are tapered of the railroad fish plate so that they snuggle in against the rail web and wedge in there to hold everything stiff and join the two rails together. On a model train, the fish plate or track joiner is often a small copper or nickel-silver plate that slips onto both rails to hold them in alignment and maintain electrical continuity. So there you have it, in case you ever wondered. If you're trying to push on a stubborn track splice plate, don't use your fingers. Get yourself a little block of wood to push it on. Unless, of course, you like using the bone in your finger or thumb as the pushing block. A little wooden block comes in pretty handy. In fact, little wooden blocks come in handy all over a model railway. I'll almost be ready to go. Got my yard, whatever it is. Anyway, I've got that. I've got this storage yard, sorting yard, pretty well complete. The big thing that I don't have yet is droppers. I have not installed the droppers, but that will be next after I make the connection. I will go around with my meter, and I think I know where the dead spots are going to be because of the insulators and so forth in the turnouts. But just to be sure that I'll probably use the meter to check it all. Of course, the real test is when the locomotive runs over it, and if it stops, then that's probably not right. So onward and upward. Perhaps later today I'll be able to run a train. Exciting stuff. What I'd have enough droppers to run the circuit, and hopefully it will work. We'll see. Pretty exciting stuff, honestly. We're on the right network. Have to choose the railroad. I was okay, it's okay. I was running Farland the other day for relaxation, since everything works beautifully over there. Let's see if these are hooked up. Yep. Here we go. It does have a light, but it doesn't have any sound. So I'll whip you around. I can't see the viewfinder from here. Might be best if I could, I suppose. There. Yeah, we're okay. Well, those two droppers down there need to be connected. Well, yeah, definitely need to be connected. Looks like we have a minor track problem down there too. Okay, well, that answers that. Those two droppers down there have to be connected. So I will do that, and we will continue the test. I found the problem. The track at the end, actually it had derailed. The track at the very end on that big curve coming around was twisted over. When I glued it down, I had a lot of weight on it, and it pushed down the outside, so it was tilted out. I put some bits of card under that, and now it's level, which will all be hidden once the ballast goes on, and I think we're good to go. So we'll continue the test. Sorry about the camera not being level. And the first circuit has been accomplished. Yippee! It does have a light. I'm just trying to understand exactly when it works. It has to be in forward. Well, that seems to work. I like that view. I know it's the wrong caboose. I'm going to paint it. Well, it's about the right color, but it's Burlington. I like it. I think I'll add a few more wagons, cars to it. I gotta tell you, I am absolutely thrilled to death that this is working today. It seems like it's been forever. Let's go see if it makes it around the big curve. Here she comes. Oh yeah. And a slow run across the bridge. Let's do that again. She'll be coming around the mountain. I am tickled pink. I gotta tell you, this is great. Now if it had sound, I could blow the whistle. There's a fake whistle. I can tell already the most fun is watching from right over here. I think there'll be some great views of the trolley line too once I get it running. I have to lay a lot of track. And really, I'm thinking that I'll stick with Farland for a week or so. Magnificent. Well, the battery's getting low, so I guess that concludes things for this week. We got the loop closed and we're running.